If you're going on a cruise and you want to pack carry-on only, you're in luck. Today, I am going to be packing my own suitcase, carry-on only, yes, for a cruise, and I am not a minimalist packer. In today's video, I'm going to share with you what I packed for the day, for the evening, my toiletries, my cruise essentials, and my shoes, along with some tips and tricks to help along the way. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, if you are packing carry-on only or thinking of it for your next cruise, you're not alone. I'm actually a little bit excited about this for the idea, and by the way, I am an overpacker, but just the idea of simplifying things a little bit for my next cruise. I think it's not only easier to pack, but it's easier to unpack when you're in your cabin. It's easier to pack up on debarkation day, and as well, even in terms of getting on board the cruise ship, you can get straight on without having to check your luggage. So there are some nice benefits, not including the benefits of flying carry-on only, of course. Now, by the way, this video is very real. My cruise is in a couple of days. My AC is broken. I am not wearing any makeup in this video, but when we have to pack, there is work to be done. And not only do I have items behind me, but I have along the floor, I also have the other items that I'm going to pack, and I'm going to be sharing with you like the tips and tricks of how you could really maximize that space in your luggage as well when you are packing carry-on only. Now, before I get started, I did want to mention that if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get started. Okay, so I have about 15 different tips, tricks, hacks, and as well, of course, I am going to be packing along the way. So number one, the first thing you want to think about when it comes to packing carry-on only is your actual luggage pieces and your personal bag. Now, in this case, I am going to be using carry-on luggage from Level 8. They have sponsored this video. I've worked with them before, love their luggage, but more on the luggage pieces later. But something that I like to do is make sure that I am using a hard shell carry-on piece of luggage. And I say that for a cruise for a particular reason. It happened to us one time where we actually used soft-sided luggage, and unfortunately it was a rainy day on embarkation day. As you can imagine, our clothing did get wet. I even kind of ruined a pair of leather shoes that was inside my luggage. Not great. So packing with a hard shell carry-on piece of luggage is very important. Now, don't worry, I will be showing you how I pack my luggage and my personal bag and actually fit everything in. Tip number 2, plan your outfits. This sounds really simple, but I think it's often overlooked. But when you consider your cruise, even if it's 7 days or longer, what you'll want to do is think about how many port days you have and how many sea days you have. When it comes to the sea days for hot weather cruises, we really find that we spend a good amount of our day in a swimsuit, in a cover-up, maybe in a t-shirt, tank top, and a pair of shorts, so very casual. And in the case of when you are going to the pool, oftentimes you might find that you wear your clothing to get to the pool chair and to get back to your cabin, but after that, you're not wearing it much more during the day, so you can definitely rewear those items. Now, when it comes to port days, think about the excursions that you've booked or what you have planned. If you do have sightseeing planned, you're fine with shorts and a t-shirt or a sundress. Now, personally, I love bringing sundresses. Oftentimes I can wear them during the day and in the evening as well, so they can do double duty. And I do find that dresses really do pack up so small and light most of the time that they do really work for me, but obviously you wear what works for you. When it comes to the evening, many cruise lines don't have true formal nights anymore. They have dressy nights or elegant nights, and the rules are more relaxed. You can definitely still wear something very formal if you want to, but you can also get away with a little black dress or even just a nice summer dress if you are on a hot weather cruise. Now, in terms of packing, this is what I would pack for a 7-day cruise. So these are pretty much all of my outfits, plus a couple of pairs of shorts and a couple of t-shirts or tank tops. But what I did want to show you is in terms of bathing suits, I bring 2 bathing suits. I really do think that for most cruises, that's enough for me. You have to decide for yourself, of course. And I have a couple of cover-ups as well that are some of my favorites. Now, by the way, all of the items that I am mentioning or showing in this video, I will leave them linked down below in the comments of this video. Now, a major way to save space in your carry-on luggage is to minimize the shoes you bring on a cruise. Now, we don't need as many shoes as we probably think, 3 to 4 pairs is going to be enough. Now the shoes that you'll want to definitely make sure that you bring are running shoes, because you always need closed-toe shoes, and if you are traveling, it's a good idea just wear your sneakers while you're flying. Now the other thing is, and you can see that the dresses and outfits that I'm bringing, they can all go with one color of shoe. So I'm going to bring a nude shoe. I'm debating on which shoe. I probably will bring this one, but in any case, that is my evening shoe. You can also bring a sandal. I like to bring a nice sandal flat for the day, and a pair of flip-flops. Use packing cubes. If you haven't already gotten on the bandwagon of packing cubes, you just have to start now. It's going to help you to stay organized, and I really do find it somehow helps me to seem like I fit just a little bit more no matter what size of suitcase I'm packing in. Now the luggage that I'm using is level 8, and I have 2 different carry-ons that I'm going to bring. One of them is going to be for my husband and the other one is going to be for me. Now the one that I'm using is the Voyager collection. I absolutely love this carry-on piece because of its wide telescopic handle. The nice thing about this handle is the fact that you have so much more room in the suitcase without having those bars that go at the very bottom. Now the bars are not so terrible. If you do have a piece of luggage with those bars, then what you can do is you can actually still utilize that space really well. What I like to do is put flat things, so sort of like my flip-flops or maybe some of my cruise essentials that can lay flat, I will put them between those bars. Now there are 3 things that I absolutely love about level 8 luggage besides the durable scratch resistant finish. So firstly, it is the 360-degree spinner wheels. They are whisper quiet, so comfortable, so easy to roll, not only like in the cruise terminal and in the airport, but even on the street, very easy to roll. The other thing that I really like is the pocket system that is within the luggage. The zippered pouches are just so well made, and it does really just add an extra level of not only organization and security, but just extra places to put things if you need them. And the third thing that I love are the TSA approved combination locks. So not only is it great to lock your carry-on when you're putting your carry-on bag in the overhead compartment on the airplane, but the other place that we use it, and so I guess it's a little bit of a travel hack, is that when we're in a hotel, I'll actually put a couple of items, maybe I might have a designer handbag or something like that, I'll leave it within my carry-on piece of luggage, and I will use the combination lock to keep that and maybe a laptop safe and secure. Now, if you are interested in checking out the level 8 carry-on luggage or the sets that include checked luggage, I do have a discount code. It's LifeWellCruised10. I will leave the link to level 8 as well as the discount code for 10% off down below in the description of this video. Liquids and toiletries. So of course, if you are flying, make sure that you are packing your liquids separately. Now, I wanted to show you this little sort of travel hack. It is perfume. What I did is I found my favorite perfume at Sephora and I just bought it in a travel size. I was sometimes using those atomizers and I was trying to extract some of the perfume from the perfume bottles. Honestly, it would take so much time. I just don't have the time before I travel to do that. So instead, I simply bought the travel size. I've used it for 3 cruises so far and I still have more. Use travel size toiletry bottles and containers wherever you can. Now, if you really do need a full size bottle of conditioner, for instance, or any other products, something that you can do is actually buy them in the port city the day before you go on your cruise. If you are arriving early, always a good idea for your cruise. Now, in this case, I am actually going to be driving to my cruise port, so I do really have room if I want to bring full-size bottles, but I do want to just make it a little bit easier, so I am going to be using some travel-size containers for my creams and lotions, as well as my shampoo and conditioner. Okay, so let's get packing. I left a couple of dresses over there. I am going to be using a rolling method, and I do also have 2 t-shirts, 1 tank top, 2 pairs of shorts, and 1 pair of sort of cropped leggings, because I will perhaps go walking or work out, hopefully, on my cruise. Now I'm going to be packing very simply. Everything is going to be rolled except for these cropped pants, which are just going to lay flat on top. All right, let's get started on this. I just find that if I roll my items, then they are less likely to wrinkle. If there is a little bit of a wrinkle, I do always bring down a wrinkle release for my cruises, and that really does help. And as you can see, some of these dresses are really light and small, so they pack up really, really well. And some of them I can wear, like I mentioned, for the day and for the evening if I want to, and even for embarkation day. There we go. This is one of my new favorite dresses. Very pretty. It is a long dress, and I do find it looks nice for day and evening. Now, just something to mention is make sure that you do pack just a light sweater, like a little cardigan. Sometimes it does get cool in the evening time on a cruise, so you'll definitely want to have that. So I've got one packing cube already packed. I'm going to slip in my shoes a little bit later. So I'll do that after, when I pack my toiletries, my makeup, and of course my cruise essentials. Now I also packed a couple of pairs of shorts, 2 t-shirts and a tank top, and some bathing suits and cover-ups. Now actually, now that I think about it, I think what I might do is keep one bathing suit and one cover-up for embarkation day. So I am going to pack that separately after. Now these packing cubes, by the way, are great, and they do fit perfectly in a carry-on size piece of luggage from level 8. And by the way, this is the larger size. I love it because I can actually fit my shoes along the side, which is great. But of course you can fit your own packing cubes that you have already as well. Now this bag has my underwear and bras. Don't forget to pack that, and of course your sleepwear, so you'll want a couple of pieces for that. Now a little trick, especially when it comes to bras, even strapless bras, ladies, is just pack your underwear, like tuck things or socks right inside the bra cups to really save that shape. At the same time, I know a lot of people do ask me for recommendations for strapless bras, so I will leave a couple of really well reviewed, really well recommended strapless bras from Amazon linked down below in the description. Now remember that not everything has to go in your carry-on luggage. You also are able to bring a personal bag if you're flying. And of course, if you're driving, you could bring any size personal bag. But something that I like to do now is, rather than bring a purse, is to bring really a good size personal bag. And then what I do is bring a crossbody bag that is going to still have my wallet, my sunglasses, maybe my medication that I need, my earbuds, things like that. I'm going to take my crossbody bag and I'm going to just put that into my personal bag. Just make sure that your personal bag is the right size. Basically, as long as it fits under the seat, that is going to work with most airplanes. So this size is perfect. And by the way, this bag in particular does actually expand. So if you buy a little bit more on your trip and you do need to have a little more space, then you have it. Now I'm going to put my shoes into a shoe bag and pack those inside. Now, as I mentioned, I am not minimalist. Oh, I should put them along the side. There we go. And I am going to pack for the evening time. I am going to bring one bag. This is going to go with my evening outfits, whether I'm a little more casual or a little dressy. This will do. So this was a gift. It is a little bit more pricey. I wouldn't necessarily bring it on every cruise, but I am going to bring it on my next cruise. And again, I can just use the combination lock on my luggage if I am a little bit concerned about that. Now I do want to show you how much space there is in here. So I'm bringing my Dyson as well. I'm going to pack that in here. And that's underwear and stuff. Little jewelry bag, little jewelry case. I can just place that in here. I'm going to save my makeup and other items. I'm going to put that in my personal bag along with my liquids. Now I did also pack my hanging toiletry bag. I just think this is genius. A total space saver for any travel, but especially for cruises where the bathrooms can be a little bit small. And I have my makeup bag. I'm basically going to be putting both of these in my personal bag. Now, I know sometimes people ask, how do you bring your cruise essentials, or does it take a lot of room? And honestly, I don't find that what I bring does take a lot of room. I always bring boning. That's basically for seasickness prevention or dealing with it if you do get any. To me, that's an absolute must. Or maybe some sea bands, just something that you think will work for you. I always bring my magnet hooks as well. I always bring my towel clips, and I do also bring a non-surge protected power strip. So those are the things that I'm bringing for this cruise. And this really doesn't take a lot of room, so I can definitely pack this right into my carry-on luggage or my personal bag. And the other item that I always bring is my pop-up hamper. Now, if you have not tried it yet, you just don't know what you might be missing. Now, I am going to pack my flat sandals and a pair of flip-flops. These really don't take a lot of room, so they can be packed at any of the edges of your luggage or even underneath between the bars. Now, when it comes to my running shoes, most of the time, if I'm flying, I'm actually going to be wearing these. Now, one thing that I didn't mention, but I do think it's an absolute must, is make sure that you do bring some first aid items, some medication. So I always have a sort of pill box that I do travel with. That stays right on me. And as well, I might pack some cold medication. Well, I always do pack some cold medication and some throat lozenges. You never know. But in this case, I don't pack an absolute ton, but I do kind of leave a few Band-Aids, some Halls, some Hydrolyte, which is basically to rehydrate, some laxatives, and, well, the opposite. So I do bring all of that just in case. Now, by the way, the nice thing also about level 8 luggage is you do have this extra space in the luggage sort of towards the bottom, so that does give you extra space as well to pack all of your items. Well, I think that we're all packed up. Something that I did forget to mention is don't forget to also bring a straw hat for your cruise. You don't want to pack that right into your luggage, so that's a little bit of a packing hack. Instead, what you'll want to do is get one of these hat clips. These are absolutely genius. I'm going to leave the information to level 8 luggage linked down below in the description of this video, as well as the discount code LifeWellCruised10, where you can get a 10% discount. Thank you very much to level 8 for sponsoring this video. Please let me know if you are going to be packing carry-on only for a future cruise, or if you are thinking of it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bye for now, and happy cruising.